So the Arsenal women return to action in the WSL this weekend here at Villa Park in a big game. Can Arsenal maintain their lead at the top of the table? This is all coming up in this video. Before we get started, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share the content around, drop any comments that you've got about this game in the box below. It's great to hear from you guys as well. Got a lot to get through coming up the other side of this. Hello, my name is Richard. Welcome back to my channel. Over and over and over again, the Arsenal podcast. On this channel, we do feature the Arsenal women as well as the Arsenal men. And this video, we're going to be looking ahead to this weekend's game for Arsenal women here at Villa Park against Aston Villa. We're going to be looking at the history of Aston Villa ladies. We're going to feature their coach as well. We're going to look at last season's meeting. We're going to look at some current form. We're going to predict the lineups and also give a score prediction. All that's coming up. So let's get started. So Aston Villa ladies and were originally formed in 1973. They were called Solihull in them days, and they didn't become officially affiliated to Aston Villa until 1989, and they became known as the Villa Aztecs. In 1995-96 season, the Aztecs did reach the top flight of women's football, but it only lasted one season before they were relegated again, and they did then become officially affiliated with Aston Villa and became known as Aston Villa Ladies in 1996. They returned to the top flight in 1999, again only for one season, and a third time they returned in 2003, and again it was just for one season. But they did get promoted again in 2020, and of course at the end of last season they did survive, and now for the first time in their history they are starting a second consecutive season in the top flight of women's football. In terms of honours then, they've won the League Cup, was their only major honour. They won that in 2013. They did beat Leeds in the final on penalties. They also did win the second tier of women's football in the 2019-2020 season. And of course that led them to promotion back to the WSL. So Aston Villa's coach then is Carla Ward. She took over from Marcus Bigno in May 2021. Of course, at the end of last season, she'd previously been at Birmingham since August 2020. Before that, she did start her coaching career at Sheffield United. She was assistant from November 2017, and she was appointed head coach at Sheffield United in January 2018. So last season's game was played at Walsall. It was a tight game for a while, but Arsenal ended up running out 4-0 winners with 4 goals in the second half. The first one came from Vivian Miedemeier, as you would expect, and it was Jordan Nobbs, Katie McCabe and Lisa Evans wrapped up a 4-0 victory. Of course, the return fixture at Boreham Wood was the final game of the season. Villa needed a draw to guarantee their survival. The game finished 0-0. Of course, Arsenal had already sealed third place, but Aston Villa have never actually beaten Arsenal in the WSL. Well, it's been a good start to the season for Aston Villa, but this will be the second weekend in a row where they face the leaders. Of course, last week they were away at Brighton. They got a good 1-0 victory in that game, and they've yet to lose, actually. They did start with a 2-1 victory at home to Leicester before a 1-1 draw at West Ham. Of course, Arsenal have begun the season with 7 wins in all competitions, including 3 out of 3 in the WSL. One of only 2 teams to have a 100% record so far this season, of course, beating Chelsea and Manchester City along the way. Last weekend's 5-0 victory over City was a fantastic performance. And of course, we did beat Spurs in midweek, didn't we, in the FA Cup to reach the semi-final. 2 informed teams. This should be a really good game. Again, like most weeks, it's going to be a case of friends reunited. There's a few players in both squads that have played for the other side. Of course, we've got Manu Iwabachi, who did briefly play for Aston Villa in the second half of last season. And in the Aston Villa squad, of course, is Anita Ashanti, who, of course, played for Arsenal, Emma Davison as well, and Rochelle Littlejohn. So they're all in the Aston Villa side. So there are a few players that's played for both teams who could feature in this game on Saturday. So in terms of the lineups, then I'm not expecting Arsenal to make too many changes from the Manchester City game. We did make 8, of course, in the week for the Spurs game, but I think we're going to go back to the WSL team that's been generally playing in the first 3 games. So I think we'll line up like this. I think it'll be Zinsberger in goal. I think the back 4 will be Moritz, Williamson, Beattie and Catley. I think in midfield we'll have Leah Walty, Little and possibly Jordan Nobbs or maybe Manham, depending on how Jonas wants to play it, whether he wants to be a little bit more conservative in midfield or add an extra attacking player in there. And in the front 3, I think we'll have Mead, Miedemeier and McCabe. Of course, Tobin Heath could feature. She played really well against Tottenham. We've got Caitlin Ford as well, who got 2 goals in that game. Nikita Paris, she scored as well. Lots and lots of options. At the back, Wouba Moy could feature. She had a good game against Tottenham. Anna Patton as well played well. So Arsenal have got a lot of options, but I'm not assuming there's going to be too many changes from the Manchester City game. In terms of Aston Villa, then, this is how they've been lining up in their last couple of games. They've got Hampton in goal. Their back 4 is generally Mailing, Sargent, Ashanti and Pacheco. In midfield, they've got Allen and Arthur, and their front 3 is usually Lehman, Boy Lorkagin and Gregory. And then up front is Grelnick, who scored the winning goal last week at Brighton. They've also got other options, obviously Little John, as we mentioned, Haig and Hales in midfield. They've also got Peltzelberger in the attacking areas, Hutton as well, McLaughlin and Endow in defence. But these are the lineups I'll be expecting for this game. So a score prediction then. Arsenal are flying at the minute, playing some really good football. I believe we've got the best balanced squad in the WSL. Yes, Villa have started well. I'm not sure whether they're going to be able to maintain that through the season. This will be a really big test for them here at Villa Park. Nice to see the women getting to play in the main Premier League stadium as well. It's a big stage, and I'm sure it's going to be a big performance from Arsenal. I'm sure we'll come out on top. I'm going to predict the final score: Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 3. So please stay tuned to the channel then. There's loads of great stuff coming up. Don't forget, tonight it's the Arsenal Women's Show. I've got the panel joining me. We're going to be looking back on a big week for Arsenal and a big week coming up as well, of course, with this game and also the trip to Barcelona on Tuesday as we start our Champions League campaign. Also, as well, I've got live watch-alongs coming up on Saturday. This game starts at 5:15. The Arsenal men at Brighton. That kicks off at 5:30. So I'll be doing a simultaneous watch-along of those 2 games tomorrow. That'll be going live at 5 o'clock. So please join me for that. If you are new to the channel, you do enjoy Arsenal and Arsenal women's content, please consider subscribing. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like as well. Share the content around and please drop your comments in the box what your score prediction is for this game. Any other thoughts that you've got on the Arsenal women's football in general, or anything to do with Arsenal, please drop them in the box. It's always great to hear from you guys as well. So that's that then. I say loads coming up on the channel. Don't forget, tonight, the Arsenal Women's Show, 7:30 on the channel, and then a double watch along tomorrow. I'll catch you soon, guys. Take it easy. As always, come on, you Gunners.